Okay. Good. Welcome everyone. So remember, today's Wednesday, not, Tuesday. So we're on to all of this stuff instead of the knife defense that we usually do. All right, so we're gonna start with level 1, then level 2, then level 3, just like I've been doing, all right? And again, you need to make sure that you're writing all this stuff down because these are the answers that are in those chapters that we do every week when we're here at the karate school, right? We have the 21 laws and the 17 laws and the incredibly effective teaching techniques, the things we usually do when we're here at the karate school. That's what we're doing right now. All right, so you're still writing this stuff down so you can put it in those chapters. All right, that way you're still getting everything that you need to be doing to, like, in leadership to keep going forward. All right, so we are on chapter 6 for level 1. Chapter 6. So chapter 6 is the law of the catalyst. The law of the catalyst. All right, and as we go along, it'll become clear what a catalyst is. All right, so the law of the catalyst says, winning teams have players who make things happen. Catalysts are get it done and then some people. So what that means is a catalyst, if you want the real, like, what it is, a catalyst is something or someone that is, they make things happen by just kind of doing what they're doing, right? So in science, a catalyst is where you put something in another thing and it has like a reaction, right? So in, like, cartoons, you have the scientists that, like, pour things into a vial and then it explodes. The catalyst is one of the things that he poured into that vial to make it explode. That's what a catalyst is. And people can be catalysts too. Now, we don't want things to explode in a bad way. We want things to explode in a good way. So these catalysts that we're going to be talking about, these are people that when they start doing things, when they start, applying what they're doing, they're going to make the team grow explosively. All right? So characteristics of a catalyst. Characteristics of a catalyst, as I drop everything. Ugh. So there are 9 total characteristics of a catalyst that we're going to be going over today. All right, so number 1, blank, can sense things that others don't. This one is intuitive. Awesome. So the first one is intuitive. Can sense things that others don't. And this is for level 1. You can tell because we have the level in the corner. So that's where we're starting. Number 1 is intuitive. This is a very, very important characteristic for any kind of catalyst. I can't speak today, I guess. All right, so any kind of catalyst, this is what you want. Now, this is very, very important. As a catalyst, being intuitive can help you tremendously, all right? So can sense things that others don't. You can sense things that are going to happen. So here at the karate school, a way that you can think of that, it's something I do all the time, right? If a student is not doing what they're supposed to be doing and they have that chance of hurting themselves, well, us as instructors, we're really good at sensing when things like that can happen so we can put an end to it and get back on track how we're supposed to be going, right? That's what intuitive is. It's doing things before something can happen, all right? Number 2 is blank, says things that others don't. Communicative, that's a fun word. Communicative, however you want to say it. That's a V. Make it more V-like. It's a very long word. So, if you're on a team, a good catalyst is going to be able to say things no matter what. good or bad. If you are on a team and you want that team to succeed, you need to have communication. You have to be able to talk to everyone on the team, right? You can't put your pride in the way. You can't put your ego out there and expect people to follow you. If you want to be a leader or if you're on a team, you have to be able to talk about anything and everything that you need to, right? So communication, you have to say the things that others are not wanting to say. You have to say things that are going to make sure the team keeps going towards its goal, no matter what. Number 3, blank feels things that others don't. This one is passionate. Passionate. Now, if you're a good catalyst, again, people that make things happen on a team, you are the person that you walk in there and you start doing things and you pick up not just yourself, but everyone else on that team. You're also going to be passionate. Now, this means that you have a profound, love, basically, of whatever it is. So a good catalyst for the karate school is someone that comes into the karate school and they're just ready to go. They're so excited to be there. They're ready to learn and grow and get better, right? That's what a catalyst will be like. That's what it is, right? If you're passionate about something, you're gonna have a deep, deep love for it, all right? Just like, again, I'm sitting here at 1:30 in the afternoon teaching you guys this, not because I'm required to, but because this is what I love to do, right? I'm passionate about this stuff because this is what I like to do. I like to teach. No matter what it is, I like to teach. Number 4, blank can do things that others can't. Can do things that others can't. This one is talented. Talented. Now, this one, when I say talented, I don't mean innately brilliant at whatever they're doing. They're not going to walk into a building and be like, oh yes, I can do backflips and 540 hook kicks and all the other karate stuff you guys have here at the karate school. I can do everything and I don't even have a black belt. No. What I mean by talented is they're able to pick up what they're needing to learn, right? Catalysts are going to strive to be the best they can be, all right? So if you want to be talented at anything, my favorite word in the history of words, people on demo team, you guys know what word that is. It starts with a big capital P. It's the best word ever. It's the number one thing if you want to get better at anything. This is the number one thing you have to do. You have to practice. I know, it's super crazy, right? But if you want to be talented at something, if you want to get better and, go into this kind of thing where you are talented, well, you have to practice, right? You have to continually practice and get better and better and better. That is how you become talented, no matter what it is. If you can practice it, you will get better. Next one, thinks things that others don't. Thinks things that others don't. This one's creative. Creative. Now, when I say creative, remember that's an IV, not an N. There. When I say creative, oh no, we lost Cooper. All right, when I say creative, I mean they don't just think random things. They think outside of the box. They think about things that are going to make the team improve, get better, and grow creatively. They think about things in a different way, right? So catalysts are really, really good at being like, what can I do to get better at blank? And then just, go off and see what they can come up with right? That's how anyone got where they are today, right? If you want to be, if you want to be a police officer, well, you're going to learn things at the police academy that are going to make you a better police officer. Not everything, is when they first came up with the idea of cops. That's not everything that you're learning right now, right? It took time, they developed it, they got better and better and better. And that's how it grew to what it is today. And that's the same with anything. And it was from people that thought outside the box. They were creative. Number 6, blank does things that others don't or can't. Does things that others can't. This one is, I'm gonna pick it up so I can keep writing nicely. This one is initiating. 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 Put that back. There we go. So they do things that others can't. So it's not like they have superpowers. This means that they're gonna do things that others are not gonna want to do. They're gonna do things that are gonna be risky. They're gonna do things that, they're not other people are willing to do. So that way they can improve, and that way the team can improve. That's what catalysts are good at. They look at things, they're like, let's try it this way. And that's what that means. All right, they're gonna do things that others can't. All right, number 7. Number 7 is responsible. I'm running out of room. Responsible. So, what this is, you guys know what responsible means. On here it says carries things that others can't. So they know what responsibility is. They know how to use that to better themselves. They take on responsibilities that are going to make them better, improve, and grow. Right? That's what catalysts are going to do. They're going to grow themselves by taking on different responsibilities. All right, number 8. I just looked at the time. Number 8 is generous. Welcome. Generous. They're gonna not just keep things to themselves. They're not just going to, do whatever they want. No, they're gonna give back to other people. They're gonna help others grow as well. Right? That's what this is all about, is catalysts are not just in it for themselves, because selfish people are never going to grow correctly, right? If we want to be good, we need to make sure that we are always growing, not just ourselves, but those around us, all right? Hopefully everyone's got this. These are the first 8. I got one more on this, all right, that I have to do. So, let me just quickly erase this. If you need the answers, again, all this is on YouTube. So you guys can go on YouTube and rewatch this if you need to as well. All right. All right. And number 9, the last characteristic of a catalyst is influential. Influential. Meaning, they're going to help people. Again, they're going to help people improve. They're going to lead teammates in ways that others can't. They're going to be able to lead teammates in the correct path towards their goal and to where they can achieve it, just by influencing what they're doing. All right, those are the characteristics of a catalyst. Now, teamwork 5. Games are won by get it done and then some people. Becoming a better team member. How are you when it comes to crunch time on your team? Start to improve yourself by doing these things. Number 1, find a mentor. You guys already have. Hi, my name's Mr. Morris. I am helping you become a better leadership. I'm getting you better at leadership, right? That's your mentor. I'm your mentor for all this. I'm building you up, making you better, and growing you. Number 2, begin a growth plan. You guys know those blue tops that you wear? They're not just for show. It's because your leadership tops are proof that you are willing to grow. They're proof that you are in a growth plan, just like it says here. And number 3, get out of your comfort zone. You start growing when you're outside of your comfort zone, right? You get better, you improve, and you keep growing when you're outside of that comfort zone. All right, so level 1, sorry I went way over time for you guys, but that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for joining me. You are free to go. Goodbye, level 1. Level 2, let's go ahead and start this thing. So I'm gonna be going pretty fast because I now have 15 minutes to get through you and level 3. So level 2, let's see, we were on chapter 13 today, 13, which is the law of the picture, because last week we were on law of leadership. So 13, the law of the picture. People do what people see. That one's very common, right? Anyone on your team, if they see you doing something, they're gonna wanna copy you as well. That's why my level 3 students, you guys have heard us kind of get on your butts about it, right? Where if you're not doing something a way that you're supposed to, we're telling you guys, hey, the belt's under you, they see that, and if they see you doing push-ups, like, just barely doing anything, well then they're gonna copy you, right? It's the same thing here. People do what people see, all right? So if you do things poorly, they're gonna be like, oh, cool, I can do that too. And that's what this is talking about, all right? So leaders are both highly blank and highly blank. So leaders are both highly visionary that's the first blank on that line. Highly visionary and highly practical. Highly visionary and highly practical. All right, the leader's excessive modeling of the vision makes the picture become alive. So what this means is a good leader on any kind of team, if they're trying to share what a goal is, they're gonna be able to be visionary, which we can track back to its root word, which is vision, which means to see, right? We have a word of the month we just got done with called visualization, right? Well, all of that means is visualization. It means the same thing. You have to be able to see what the goal is in your head. And number 2, they have to be very practical about that goal, right? You're not gonna earn a first-degree black belt in a year. It takes time. As you guys know, it takes 4 years or so to earn your first-degree black belt, right? That's the goal, all right? And that's the vision, that's the picture that it's talking about. So the law of the picture is all about seeing the big picture, seeing what the goal is, right? And being able to push other people towards that goal, no matter what it is. Black belt's just the easiest one for me to talk about because, well, that's what you guys are aiming for, all right? And it could be any kind of goal. If you're on a team to try and, discover a new plant, right? You're not going to be like, yeah, we're looking for this green thing over here, right? That's not a good vision. You need to paint the picture. You need to be able to tell everyone, hey, we are looking to discover something brand new, never before seen, that no one has at all ever done. And I need you guys to follow me so we can achieve this. If you can help them visualize what the goal is, they're going to want to work harder to achieve that outcome. All right, so modeling insights for leaders. Modeling insights for leaders. So these are ways to get people to see the big picture. Number 1, followers are always watching what you do. I'll repeat, followers are always watching what you do. This is a very important rule. It's one of the many rules us as instructors always follow. Why do you think we never do anything but our best? Always. It's because you guys, as our students, see it, right? You guys see when we're not doing our best. You guys see when we're slacking. And in order for us not to be seen as, like that, we always give 100% no matter what. What does that mean? That also means that that's what we expect from you guys, right? If a white belt looks at you and sees that you're slacking off, they're gonna do exactly the same thing, and that's what that means. They're always watching what you do. Blank, speak louder than words. Blank, speak louder than words. This one is actions. Actions speak louder than words. This is a very common phrase that you'll hear a lot throughout your life. Actions speak louder than words. What you do speaks volumes more than what you say. You can say as much as you want, but if your words and what you're doing say two totally different things, then they're not going to listen to your words. They're going to listen to what you do, what your actions are. That's what that means. Number 2, it's easier to teach what's right than to do what's right. It's easier to teach what's right than to do what's right. Blank what you preach. This one's a very common one as well. Practice what you preach. Right? If I am trying to instill in you guys responsibility and trust and all these words and everything that we teach here at the karate school, but I'm not doing that. I'm, not being responsible, not showing up to classes on time. I'm not teaching to the best of my ability. I'm not doing everything that I'm trying to teach you guys. How can I expect you guys to do exactly the same thing? I can't. That's a bad leader. A leader, no matter what they're doing, if you say something and then you do the completely opposite thing, no one's going to follow you. I promise. That's why we're teaching you guys this stuff now, because you're young, and it's easier to do things when you're young than it is when you're old. Trust me. So if you do something, make sure you are doing the same thing. This is a very, very, very important thing, right? When you become a black belt and you start being able to vote on other people, like, I don't know if they should pass or fail to the next belt like we do. If you say something, right? If you say, oh man, that person's front stances weren't the best at all, and your front stances, your front stances look like this, where I'm not basically in a front stance. If you look like this, and you're saying another person has bad front stances, that looks bad on you, not the other person, because you're not practicing what you preach. All right, number 3. We should work on changing ourselves before trying to improve others. The first person you should change is yourself. Yourself. This is very important. If you want to help others, you have to start with numero uno, yourself. If you want to grow other people like what we're doing here, you can't start with other people. You have to start with yourself. That's what this is talking about. No matter what it is, if you're not starting with yourself, then you're gonna lose what you're trying to do to other people. All right. Now, next one, number 4. The most valuable gift a leader can give is being a good example. The most valuable gift a leader can give is being a good example. Leadership is more caught than taught. This is caught. So if I was not doing everything that I'm telling you guys to do, if I was not doing everything that a black belt is supposed to be doing, then you guys wouldn't do it either. You guys would not be growing and improving like you are, right? It's because all of that is caught. You guys absorb what is going on here subconsciously more than what I am telling you to do. Again, actions speak louder than words. If I'm not doing the right thing, you guys are not going to do the right thing. And that's what this is all about. So if you want to be an effective leader, you have to make sure that everything you do is going in line with what you want to achieve. So if you're trying to tell everyone, hey, black belt is the best thing you could do, it takes this, and this, then you better make sure you're doing all of that. And that's what this lesson is about. All right, so application number 1. Leadership includes both technical and character, that means mental and moral, skills. First, make a list of your core values, such as integrity, honesty, those kind of things. So for my level 2 people, I want you to write down what you want in your team. What kind of qualities, again, honesty, trust, integrity, all of those kind of like, those are values that you may hold. I want you to write those down in that section on that page or on your piece of paper. That way you guys are doing what the lesson is all about, right? So again, you're gonna write down those things in there. That's the most important part. I want you to write those down. And then number 2, are you a team leader? If so, do you exemplify these core values for your team? So everything you wrote down in number 1, are you following along with everything you put down there as a leader? Or if you're a team member, does your leader show these qualities? So you guys are not quite leaders yet, and that's a-okay, right? You guys are more team members. So as your leader, do I exemplify what you guys value? Do I show trust? Do I show integrity? Do I show, all those kind of core values that you like to see? All right, that's what I want you guys to put for number 2. All right, other than that, level 2, that is gonna be it for you guys. Have a good afternoon. Thank you guys. See you guys in class. Level 3. Now that we, have like 3 minutes, we're gonna get started. So, thank you, level 2, for joining me. Have a good afternoon. Level 3. We are very behind. I am sorry. Those other 2 lessons are very important, okay? So, level 3, we are on chapter 6, or incredibly effective teaching technique number 6, which is praise publicly, reprimand privately. So it means I'm going to praise you in front of everyone, but if you're doing something wrong, I'm not going to point it out. Allie, that's horrible, awful job, bad, in front of everyone, because that doesn't feel great, does it? That doesn't feel great. So we don't do that. We kind of do it quietly. Hush, hush. All right, and that's what we're going over today. So, public reprimands are humiliating. Avoid them at all costs. This lesson is a huge one. Being scolded in front of your friends and peers is never a good thing. It makes you feel horrible, and it makes you want to never do anything like that again, out of fear. This is negatively. 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 So, yeah, it doesn't feel great if you get, again, reprimanded or yelled at in front of your friends, your peers, those kind of people. Because, well, it's humiliating. You don't want to be, yelled at in front of your friends. That stinks. And that's what this is all about, right? It's a negative thing, and we're not about negative things here, right? At karate, we talk about all the positives. All right? So, rule 3, reprimand in private. Reprimand in private. That's the next word, private. Reprimand in private. Always do the proverbial yelling in private. I don't actually mean yell at. As you guys know, I don't like to yell. That's not something I do. If you're in trouble, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna, again, pull you into our office and be like, yo, dog, that's bad. Don't do that. That's what that is. I never do it out in front of everyone, and I'm never going to yell at you. Number 2, praise publicly. And that's the next blank, is publicly. Publicly. Oof. Bad. That's a bad Y. Publicly. There we go. Praise publicly. So if they're doing something right away, praise them for it, wherever it is, out in the public, out in the open. And number 3, never. This is a very, very important never. 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 Never pass up an opportunity to praise someone. If you see someone doing it right, even if it's just you guys out on the karate floor as my helpers, right? Give them a high five. Tell them they're doing awesome. Quietly, you can still do it quietly, but it's publicly, right? It's right automatic, so they know that they're doing the right thing. That's what I am talking about, right? We have like our highlighting and spotlighting where we're like, oh man, you're doing so awesome, keep it up. Or we have everyone take a knee. Oh man, Kelly over there, look at those kicks. She's doing amazing. Give her one clap, right? That's what those are talking about. Those are the instructor ones. For you guys, since it's smaller, right? You guys are not the instructors, and I don't want you guys stopping class. Not me. I'm in charge, not you, kind of thing. Do it. You could do it in that area. Man, your kicks look so amazing today. Awesome job. Give them a high five. That's a good one. All right. That's what this talk about. That's publicly praising them. All right. So in the little chart here, we got publicly praising. We got the first bullet point. It says publicly praising raises the student's self-esteem. I'm pretty sure it says self in there, so you just need esteem. Esteem. A lot of E's. Ooh. Ooh. Good thing I caught that. 2 E's are here, not at the beginning. There we go. Self-esteem. It builds the kid up and motivates. Motivates the other kids to follow suit. So if you're able to go, oh man, Kelly, your kicks look amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am, for picking it up, snapping out back, doing awesome. Well, what happens? Everyone else around her is going to be like, I want that to happen. I want everyone to look at me like that. That's cool, right? That's what's going to start happening. It motivates them to try and do the same stuff, all right? And it builds morale. Great for the students, and it keeps people in karate so they can keep learning and keep growing like you guys, right? Because again, the goal is always to get the black belt, at least, or second degree, because you guys are in level 3. And I don't want you just to look at first degree anymore. That's short term. I want you to look at second degree, becoming awesome and having 2 bars instead of your belt, right? Because you'll feel awesome. All right, so now, publicly reprimanding. The student loses again, this word right here, esteem. Self-esteem. They start losing self-esteem. They won't want to come to class. It belittles the kid affected, and they won't respect the person who reprimanded them. So all of that is really bad, right? We want to build their self-esteem. We want them to feel good about themselves. That's what that is. We don't want them to stop coming to class. That's bad. And we don't want them to disrespect us just because we're yelling at them. That's bad, right? So that's why we don't do that. All right? They don't want to be around us if that's what we're doing. Again, if I'm yelling at, again, Tim, that's awful. You did horrible, man. What are you doing? Right? If you start doing that in front of everyone, they're not going to want to come to class, right? They're going to feel bad about themselves, and they're just not going to want to be there. That's what we don't want to do, right? Tim, you're great. You're awesome, amazing. I love you. You're great. Awesome job, sir. You're doing great. That was just yeah, okay. You were an example. All right, so leadership thoughts. When have you been yelled at in front of your friends or peers? How did it make you guys feel? It's a 2-parter. So write that down. I want you to give me your example. When have you been yelled at in front of your friends or your peers? And then tell me how you felt about it. I want to know, how did you feel when that happened to you? What did it feel like? It probably didn't feel great. I know it's happened to me in the past. Good. So, after you've written down your little story for me and you've told me how it feels, that's it. That's everything for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know we started a little late, so it happens. But thank you guys for joining with me. Have a good afternoon. Thank you. Bye.